Driver fatigue. A good few years ago, a bus driver was working the Sunday night run. It had been a long shift, and he was tired. He was driving his empty double-decker along her usual route, from the centre of the city out to the suburbs, when he saw something unusual. About halfway along his journey, he would pass a ruined abbey belonging to the oldest cemetery in the city. It was nearly always the case that there would be no one at the bus stop. There were no residential houses on this road. However, that night, there was someone waiting for the bus. A grey-haired man standing to attention at the side of the road. The driver couldn't remember the last time he'd picked someone up there, if ever, and so initially he drove right by before noticing the man in the side mirror. The driver sighed, handed the us back to the stop to pick the guy up. The man was standing there, smiling. This struck the driver as a bit odd. It made him feel uneasy. The man stepped to him and said that he wished to go to the next stop, please. He then climbed up to the top deck without saying another word. Now, a cab to the bus driver and the old gentleman hadn't actually bought a ticket, but he couldn't be brought up to the stop and go upstairs. The man could pay before he got off, he said. The bus driver then continued his route, and a few minutes later, he came to a halt at the next stop. He waited for the passenger to come down the stairs, but that didn't happen. The driver yelled that they'd reached the stop. He asked for him, yelled upstairs, "It's your stop," but there was no reply. The passenger did not appear. The driver got a little wee seat and peered up at the top deck. Nothing. He climbed up the steps himself, looked all around, and saw that there was nobody there. This mysterious traveller had the partway disappeared. Or was he imagining things? On one seat, we noticed there lay an old yellow newspaper. The driver picked up the paper and looked at it closely. The date at the top of the page was Transit October 1951. And then in the left corner, there was a small article reporting the death of Eric Bradley, a well-known local character. In the photograph accompanying the obituary showed a grey-haired man with an English smile. The driver placed the paper back down on the seat and returned to his cab. As he was driving away, he checked the side mirror. There was a man standing at the side of the road, again smiling and waving. The driver kept going this time. On Monday, he applied to his boss, asking to be transferred to day shifts.